Two best friends were walking through a desert. One argument, one slap across the face. No screaming. No revenge. The friend who got slapped did something strange. He wrote one sentence in the sand and kept walking. Hours later, that same friend was saved from death, and this time, he carved a sentence into stone. What he wrote is a lesson most adults are too weak to live by. They weren't rich. They weren't famous. Just two friends on a long journey across a brutal desert. Heat above, sand below. Every step felt like work. Every breath tasted dry. But they had each other. And sometimes that's the only reason people survive hard roads. As the sun climbed higher, they started talking, then disagreeing, then arguing. At first it was small. A tone, a command, a misunderstanding. Then it grew into a full fight. Words became sharper, pride became louder, and in one impulsive moment, one friend lost control and slapped the other across the face. Silence. Not the peaceful kind, the painful kind that makes your chest tighten. The slapped friend felt the sting. He felt humiliation. He felt anger rise like fire. But he didn't hit back. He didn't insult. He didn't beg for an apology. Instead, he knelt down and wrote in the sand, "Today, my best friend slapped me." Then he stood up and kept walking. The friend who slapped him was confused. He expected a fight. He expected tears. He expected drama because that's what weak people love, drama. But he got nothing. They walked in awkward silence for a long time. The desert didn't care about their emotions. The heat stayed cruel. The road stayed long. And slowly, the slapping friend started to feel something worse than anger, shame. Because when someone refuses to fight back, your own ugly behavior becomes louder in your head. Hours later, they saw an oasis in the distant water. Trees, shade, a miracle in a sea of sand. They rushed toward it, exhausted, desperate to rest. They reached the water, dropped their bags, and stepped in. The coolness felt like life returning to their bodies. They laughed a little, the tension fading, just enough to pretend everything was fine. But deserts don't forgive carelessness. Near the edge of the oasis was a patch of soft ground mud disguised as sand. The friend who had been slapped stepped into it and sank. At first, it was just his foot, then his ankle, then his knee. He tried to pull back and sank deeper. Panic hit. He grabbed at the air, eyes wide, breath sharp. Mud climbed up his legs like hands dragging him down. He shouted, tried to twist free, but every movement pulled him further into the trap. In seconds, it wasn't a joke anymore. It was death with a quiet face. The other friend saw it and didn't hesitate. No speeches, no pride. No, you deserved it. He threw himself forward, grabbed a branch, dropped to his stomach, and stretched his arm out. "Grab it!" he yelled. The sinking friend reached, fingers slipping, fear shaking his body. He caught the branch. The rescuer planted his feet, pulled with everything he had, muscles burning, and finally, with one last violent tug, he dragged his friend out of the mud. Both of them collapsed on the ground, coughing, shaking, soaked in sweat, alive. After a few minutes, the friend who almost died stood up slowly. He walked toward a large stone near the oasis. He picked up a sharp piece of rock and began to carve words into the surface. When he finished, the message was clear. Today, my best friend saved my life. The rescuer frowned and asked, "Why did you write the slap in sand but carve the rescue in stone?" His voice wasn't angry. It was honest. The saved friend turned around, looked him in the eyes, and said, "When someone hurts us, we should write it in sand so the winds of forgiveness can erase it." He paused, then touched the carved letters. "But when someone does something good for us, we should carve it in stone so no storm can ever take it away." The rescuer stood still, because that sentence wasn't just nice, it was a mirror. Most people do the opposite. They carve insults into stone, replaying them for years, and they write kindness in sand, forgetting it the moment life gets busy. That's why so many friendships die. Not because of one mistake, but because people are lazy with forgiveness and greedy with resentment. The truth is simple. If you hold every small pain like a trophy, you will become unbearable. And nobody wants to walk through life with someone who collects grudges like coins. But if you learn to let the wind take away small wounds and you learn to remember the moments someone showed up for you, you build friendships that can survive storms. Forgiveness doesn't mean you accept disrespect forever. It means you don't poison your own heart just to punish someone else. And gratitude. Gratitude is loyalty with a brain. It's how you recognize who's real when life gets dangerous. So here's your challenge. Think about the last week. What are you carving into stone right now? Insults or kindness? If you've been holding onto small pain like it's your identity, let it go. Write it in sand. And if someone has ever saved you emotionally, mentally, or physically, carve that memory in stone, because real friends are rare. Comment sand if you're ready to forgive. Comment stone if you're grateful for someone who stood by you. And subscribe for more short stories with lessons that actually change how you live.